Alrighty, so today I'm going to be eating and reviewing the original Sour Patch Kids sour candy, you know what I'm saying, which of course I have eaten before. I love the original Sour Patch Kids, and I just think they are absolutely fantastic, and definitely in my top 10 list for best candies, best gummy candy, best just candies overall, I gotta be honest, of all time, you know what I'm saying, and I just absolutely love Sour Patch Kids, and they're just such a good candy, I gotta be honest. So my expectations for the Sour Patch Kids, the original flavors, right off the bat kind of thing, are that it's going to be a little bit sour, it's going to be pretty sweet as well kind of thing, it's going to be a gummy candy kind of thing. Basically, what I'm expecting is just the experiences I've had before, and that's basically the experiences I've had before. And as said, Sour Patch Kids, it's just such a legendary candy in my personal opinion at least, and I just have so many good memories with it, and honestly, it's just something that I'm very, very excited to give a review to today, you know what I'm saying? Of course, as with all my videos, first off, I gotta go ahead and take a look at the packaging for the original Sour Patch Kids sour candy, you know what I'm saying? After that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the box all opened up, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and let you guys know what I actually think of this candy. I do think without further ado though, let's go ahead and start with the packaging. Now, the packaging, I will admit, at a glance, looks pretty simple. However, when you look more into it kind of thing, it's actually more complex than you might think. It just looks pretty simple. It's just Sour Patch Kids right here kind of thing, some green borders going all around here kind of thing with yellow in the center kind of thing. That's what it looks like at first glance. But, well, I'll be getting to these details a little bit further into the video, you know what I'm saying? But starting off front and center kind of thing, we can just see the Sour Patch Kids logo right here, you know what I'm saying? Just says sour right there in green with some nice yellowish highlights kind of thing. The green is definitely reminiscent of this green right here kind of thing, and the yellowish highlights are very much reminiscent of the yellow right here, you know what I'm saying? No complaints from me. And then we can just see it says patch right there, you know what I'm saying? With some dark and some lighter orange right there, you know what I'm saying? Very much alike the sour up here, having both dark and light areas, I gotta plan so. And then we can just see right here, it just says kids right there, and this is the only one to not have a black border. All of this both the sour and the patch right here have, well, black borders, I gotta plan so, whereas the kids, it has a black border, but it's red with a white border, and then it has a black border around it kind of thing, which is a little bit odd, but in my personal opinion at least, especially with the difference in sort of the color differentiation of the letters, it's more flat with the kids kind of thing. The color is way more flat with the kids, whereas with this one kind of thing, it looks a lot more, maybe not 3D per se, but it looks like it has a lot more texture to it, and it's one of those things where it really does stand out, not only because it's a much flatter sort of look, I gotta blame so, but also because of that white border going all the way around it. And one thing I do want to mention about the sour and the patch right here, you know what I'm saying, is that there is indeed a little bit of a drop shadow, not, well, dropped below kind of thing, but actually dropped above the sour and the patch right here. We can see a lighter area of the orange right here kind of thing, and it's just a very, very small drop shadow on both the sour and the patch right here, but it is still there, and that definitely is significant to mention. Now, the black border that goes all the way around all of this kind of thing is really, really interesting. Now, it's just a black border kind of thing, but of course, there's just Sour Patch Kids all around it kind of thing. We can see a Sour Patch Kids right here. So we can see that the silhouettes of these Sour Patches right here are quite obviously the Sour Patch Kids gummies I go to plan. So we can just see some of them are even separated and everything like that kind of thing. Just all of the silhouettes just making up that black border, and I really, really do like how it looks. We can see it just sticks around kind of here kind of thing, but we can see that it is indeed a purposeful border because, of course, the S right here does indeed just have that border right there kind of thing without any silhouettes or anything like that. And then this P right here has a border without any silhouettes, and same with the H over here and the R over here kind of thing. It has a border with no silhouettes, so it is indeed an intentional border. It's not just something they made a silhouette and just stuck it behind it kind of thing. It is indeed an intentional border for the lettering and everything like that kind of thing. And overall, the packaging looks really, really good, and especially the front logo kind of thing is definitely just iconic in my personal opinion. However, talking about everything other than the logo, let's go ahead and do that, you know what I'm saying, because I think I've covered just about everything I have to say about the main logo front and center, you know what I'm saying. We can just see there's a red Sour Patch over here kind of thing, orange, green, orange, blue, orange, green, once again kind of thing, and another orange one over here, you know what I'm saying. And then we can just see up here in white it just says sour, and then in yellow it just says and then in red it just says sweet right there. All of this with a very, very nice black border, certainly no complaints from me. That's pretty much all there is to the middle of the packaging right here, except for this text down here and everything like that, which of course I'll be getting to in a minute. But one of my favorite things about this packaging is actually the edge of it. It's actually the border I got to plan on, and it's just this green border right here. And I want to admit something a little bit embarrassing. I didn't really ever take a look at that border until like today, when I started looking at this to be like, okay, what are the details I want to mention in the video and everything like that kind of thing. I had never really looked at the border before, so I just thought it was kind of like a green border with pieces hanging off and everything like that kind of thing. When in fact that green border, everything falling off kind of thing, is indeed a Sour Patch Kid. I never noticed that until today. I never noticed that until today. It's a little bit embarrassing. I like packaging kind of thing, so this certainly is a little bit embarrassing, but I never noticed that until today, and it's just so cool how they just have that border made up of the Sour Patch Kids themselves, and then just the edge of it kind of thing is just all of these Sour Patch Kids just falling down kind of thing, which I just find absolutely hilarious, and we can see it on both sides, you know what I'm saying? The text right here is in a very nice black, and it just says soft and chewy candy right there, and then it just says that it has about 3.5 servings in this box, and then that the net weight for this box is 3.5 ounces or 99 grams, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all there is to the front of the packaging besides this right here, which just says that there's 112 calories per 12 pieces, you know what I'm saying? And we can see that there's just a black border going all the way around it, and usually this would be in white, but it's honestly kind of a bluish white on this box, not exactly sure why. It's definitely a different white than the white up here, which this is definitely more of a pure white, whereas this is definitely more of a blue white. Not exactly sure why there is that color differentiation, you know what I'm saying? But there is indeed color differentiation, and it is very odd, I will admit. Overall, though, the front of the packaging, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I would like, though, if they had one that was an actual size kind of thing, and they had a little arrow saying actual size on it, I would find that absolutely hilarious, you know what I'm saying? But they do not. But I would definitely have to say, I think this blue one right here is probably pretty close to the actual size of a Sour Patch Kid. I'll have to test that once I get one of them out, you know what I'm saying? But let's go and take a look at the back of the packaging, you know what I'm saying? And I just crushed the box a little bit, whoops. But the back of the packaging, we can see the border itself and everything like that kind of thing, pretty much exactly the same as the front, and in fact, that border actually wraps all the way around the box, which I am certainly a big fan of. I love wrapping designs and everything like that, and they certainly did do a very good job with that border and everything like that. But right here we can just see it just says sour, sweet, gone. So of course it's sour, and then it's sweet, and then it's gone because you ate it all. And this all has a very nice white border. It's just green, red, and then blue in relevant order, in that order, I do suppose, you know what I'm saying? Then under that we can just see the Sour Patch Kids logo as we saw on the front, except smaller, you know what I'm saying? And then we can just see all of their social media handles right here. We can just see it says join our crew right there, and then it just has their Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter right there, you know what I'm saying? And then we can just see two Sour Patch Kids right here just standing on top of the barcode right here, which is all outlined in a very nice black right there, you know what I'm saying? And we can just see that the red one ate a piece of the green one, you know what I'm saying? He's just saying dude seriously in that green font right there. My question is, I'm like, I'd be pissed too. If my friend ate a piece of me kind of thing, I'd be pretty pissed, mainly just because then I couldn't open no AP, especially if I'm a Sour Patch Kid or something like that. I know they're just trying to open some APs and stuff like that kind of thing. They're just trying to open some Arizona Arnold Palmers. They ain't even got no fingers kind of thing, so they really got to use two hands to really grip that, I gotta play honest. So it's one of those things, I would be pissed. So I would certainly say, dude, seriously? One thing I will admit, I would love to see a piece of the green one hanging out of his mouth kind of thing, but it certainly is absolutely hilarious nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? And definitely just an interesting little tidbit. Maybe it's not actually that funny, but I guess it's a little bit funny kind of thing. It's just an interesting tidbit, you know what I'm saying? But taking a look at the nutrition facts right here, we can just see that it just says there's about 3.5 servings per container, and the serving size is indeed 12 pieces per serving. There's 110 calories, and then of course it just says per box right here, there's 360 calories, because let's be honest here, anybody that buys a box of Sour Patch Kids, they're not eating a serving. I'm not going to eat a serving. I'm going to eat this whole box. I got to play on myself. Maybe not right now on video and everything like that kind of thing, but I probably will eat this whole box later today, you know what I'm saying? And as such, I'm glad that they put the servings for the whole container on there as well kind of thing, so I don't got to do the math either on my phone or in my head. I got to play on myself. But we can see, I'm just going to be covering the per box because, as said, let's be honest here, everybody who buys a box is going to be eating the whole box. But we can see that there are 0 grams of total fat, there are 80 milligrams of sodium, and there are 88 grams of total carbohydrates for the entire box, with 78 grams of those being included added sugars. We can see there's 0 grams of protein, and the ingredients for Sour Patch Kids, the original flavor kind of thing, are sugar, invert sugar, corn syrup. Wow, that's like 3 types of different sugar. I get a blend. So modified cornstarch, and then it says that it contains less than 2% of tartaric acid, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, yellow 6, red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1. We can see that this is distributed by Mondelez Global LLC, East Hanover, New Jersey. New Jersey. Why are you going to import this? Because these are made in Turkey. I was about to say that kind of thing. These are made in Turkey. Mondelez, come on, my man. Why you got to import through New Jersey? There's a great state right above New Jersey kind of thing called New York. Just go there. I'm pretty sure taxes ain't any lower in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure. Just go to New York, man. Come on. Just go to New York. It's a better state. I don't even live in New York, and I'm saying it's a better state, you know what I'm saying? Come to North Carolina. Now, that's a good state I gotta play honestly, but New York's a better state. Just don't do it in New Jersey. Why are you importing anything through New Jersey? I get it. They have some good ports. I get it. Don't do it, because it's in New Jersey. Why are you importing through New Jersey? what did Sour Patch Kids, the candy, do to get sent through New Jersey kind of thing? They just shouldn't even sell anything in New Jersey. I'm sorry, I feel bad if you live in New Jersey because, well, you live in New Jersey. My sincerest apologies. But now that my New Jersey rant is out of the way kind of thing, I'm going to go ahead and cover the rest of this packaging here. As said, it's distributed by Mondelez Global LLC, East Hanover, New Jersey. 07936 USA. And then these are made in Turkey, which is very, very interesting. A lot of candy is made in Turkey. Same with Hebrew, I want to say, which is very interesting. I do wonder why. I might have to look that up in the future, you know what I'm saying? We can see that it just says under that this contains a bioengineered food ingredient, and then it just says copyright Mondelez International Group. Questions, call 1-800-524-2854, www.sourpatchkids.com. Store in a cool, dry place, and then under that it just has the Mondelez logo, international logo right there, and we can just see a Sour Patch Kid right there with a black border going all the way around it. Not exactly sure what that is. Maybe that's just some sort of code for them or something like that kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure why it has that. Maybe that's definitely not the actual size of a Sour Patch Kid kind of thing. I want to say they're bigger than that. I'm not exactly sure why they have that on there kind of thing. Interesting. I don't know why though. But that's pretty much all there is to the back of the packaging. Let's go ahead and take a look at the side, which we can see it just wraps around very, very nicely, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints from me. And it just says Sour Patch Kids right there, you know what I'm saying? It just says Sour Patch Kids, and all of it is bordered in a very, very nice black. And one thing I forgot to mention about the logo itself is that the O right here is indeed a Sour Patch Kid as well. I completely forgot to mention that. Don't know how I did, but I did indeed forget to mention that, you know what I'm saying? But we can see it's the exact same on the side right here, and all of this is bordered in a very, very nice black, including the kids right there. We can see the top of the packaging. It's exactly the same, except it's all green kind of thing, because of course the border of green right here is all green, you know what I'm saying? So of course this is going to be all green, and same with the bottom, except it's really, really small because it has the Best Buy date on the bottom right here, you know what I'm saying? Which just says these are Best Buy the 29th of November, 2022, so I got, what, 5 months? I think I got 5 months or something like that kind of thing. I cannot remember exactly. And then we can see the other side is just exactly the same. All the sides are pretty much exactly the same, you know what I'm saying, except for the bottom and the top. But the bottom is just smaller just because it has the Best Buy date on it. That's pretty much all there is to the packaging, though. No complaints from me. I think it's pretty good. Do I think it's above average? I think the detail's above average. I definitely would have to say, in my personal opinion, this is probably above average packaging. I don't think it's an art form, per se. I definitely don't think this is an artistic packaging. But I definitely don't think it's bad looking, and I definitely think it's iconic, and it definitely does stand out on the shelf, and it does definitely stand out on the shelf in my personal opinion. And overall, everybody knows what Sour Patch Kids looks like kind of thing. It's an iconic logo, it's an iconic packaging, everybody knows it once they see it kind of thing, and I definitely would have to say this is above average in my personal opinion. But I do think without further ado, as I said at the beginning of this video, and as this is a review after all, I've got to get the packaging open, and I've actually got to try some, you know what I'm saying? So, they have this little bit of a little like, thing you got to just pull on kind of thing. I'm going to try to get it open with that kind of thing. I did indeed get it open with that. It did rip a little bit, but that is what it is. Just go ahead and get it open the rest of the way, you know what I'm saying? Just absolutely ruin that. And we can see it's on in plastic on the inside. Now, this would be a little bit of a complaint on my behalf because if you're going to put it in a cardboard box, why waste plastic? However, since there are bits and pieces that like to fly off everywhere kind of thing, I can definitely see how there's some holes down here kind of thing. It's definitely not the greatest quality packaging in the world. Certainly not as good as a box or something like that kind of thing. Certainly not as good of quality as something like that, I gotta be honest. But I can see why they're using plastic, but still, I do suppose some complaints on my behalf, just simply because wasting plastic. Come on, you're putting it in a cardboard box and then you got plastic on the inside. Just make it plastic packaging, which I do realize they make plastic packaging for Sour Patch Kids, but I bought the box because that's what was available to me. Let's just go ahead and get this opened up, though. Oh. There we go. Smells very sweet, smells very sour, I gotta play. So let's first off try one of the yellow ones, and let's actually just take a look at what the Sour Patch Kid looks like as a whole kind of thing. It pretty much looks like there's really no distinct details or anything like that. We really do not see any distinct details like we do on the front of the packaging. It's just the exact same sort of silhouette, but we cannot see any of the smiley faces or anything like that kind of thing. And we can see that this is indeed soft, chewy candy, and we can see that that sugar just splits apart right there. Very, very satisfying. Looking like a desert, you know what I'm saying? No complaints from me. I do think without further ado, let's go ahead and try the yellow one first. I'm going to be trying all of the flavors of Sour Patch Kids. Let's try a yellow one and see what it actually tastes like, and let you guys know how Sour Patch Kids, the original flavor, actually is. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. Man, it's been a fat minute since I've had these. Alright. So when you put it in your mouth, the first initial taste has a decent amount of sourness. It's not warhead sour. It's not super sour. It's not like puckering sour, let me put it that way. But it certainly is sour. And That sugar on the outside, that's definitely what gets the sourness to you kind of thing. But once you start chewing and everything like that kind of thing, the sourness kind of goes away, and you can just get that sweetness in there as well. It really is true. Sour and then sweet, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints from me, that is for sure. But I pretty much, I got some in my teeth. That's pretty much Sour Patch Kids I gotta play on. So that's pretty much the mouthfeel of them I gotta play on. So it's sour because of that sugar on the outside kind of thing. So when you initially put it on your tongue, it's sour. And when you get that sweet taste kind of thing, I definitely have to say the yellow one is a lemony taste. I don't know if these are like Skittles, where you feel like you get a different taste from every one, but you actually don't. I have no clue if they're like that. I hope they're not, but they could be for all I know kind of thing. But I definitely have to say that the yellow one tastes more like lemon in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and try one of the red ones, I want to say. Definitely a different taste. Definitely more raspberry on that one. The red ones are definitely like raspberry. I think raspberry, not strawberry. I think raspberry. I would definitely have to say raspberry, yeah. So, of course, the yellow one I want to say is going to be a lemon. This one's definitely a sour raspberry kind of thing. Very, very good. Same exact feeling as the same as the lemon one I got to play on top. The lemon one, in my personal opinion, though, was a little bit more sour. Let's go ahead and try one of the orange ones, which I think I only have like 2 or 3 in this bag, which is kind of a disappointment because I really like the orange ones. Let's go ahead and try that. And this one is a little bit more distinct. You can kind of see the face on this one I got to play on. So you can kind of see the face, but not much. And let's just actually see. I said I was going to test it. Which one of these little characters is closest? It's probably, this one. I think this one over here is closest in actual size right there. So they got to have a little arrow to that one just saying actual size right here, you know what I'm saying? Which honestly, but I guess these probably do vary by size slightly. And they also got like the Mega Sour Patch Kids or something. I've tried those before. Those are gas. Let's go ahead and see how the orange one actually is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tastes like sour orange. Sour tangerine. That's what it tastes like. Makes sense. As said, once again, the sourness is coming from all of the sugar on the outside. So once you start biting into it, once you actually start chewing and everything like that, it's mainly sweet. Let's go ahead and try. So I've tried the yellow, the red, and the orange. Let's try one of the blue ones. And then I think I'm going to try one of the green ones, and that's going to be the video I got to play on sale. Suck on this one a little bit. So that was one of the blue ones. Tastes like raspberry, but more like blue ras. Tastes like blue ras. That's what it tastes like, kind of thing. Tastes like that Blue Raz Sour Patch Kids energy drink I tried before. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. That I'm getting my words all jumbled up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I cannot believe me. I'm getting my words all jumbled up. I was just like, man, I cannot believe me. But go check out that review. You know what I'm saying? Go check out that review. But oh man, oh man. Whew. Alrighty, that was pretty good. Tastes like Blue Raz. You know what I'm saying? Tastes like Blue Raz. But let's go ahead and try one of the green ones. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I actually don't know what the green ones taste like. I actually don't know what the green ones taste like. I really don't know. Green ones are just kind of sour and sweet. Maybe not watermelony? More melony than not, but not really watermelony per se, in my personal opinion. Very interesting, you know what I'm saying? Very interesting. As said, though, as I was about to say before I got my words all jumbled up and before I messed up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to check out my Ghost Sour Patch Kids energy drink review, go check that out after this video, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all of the flavors I've tried from Sour Patch Kids. It's pretty much all of the flavors in the box of Sour Patch Kids. I've tried both. I've tried the yellow one, the orange one, the red one, the green one, and the blue one, which I think I already said I got to play on sale. That's pretty much all there is to Sour Patch Kids I got to play on sale. As said, what delivers the sourness to you is that sugar on the outside. That's what delivers the sugarness to you, or the sugarness, the sourness to you, you know what I'm saying? That's what it delivers, or that's what delivers it, I do suppose is the right way of putting it. But that's pretty much the Sour Patch Kids review. I think I'm going to go ahead and have one more. I'm going to try to find one with a lot of sourness on it. That one definitely pretty sweet, or sour. I'm not really a super sour type person, but if I had to put Sour Patch Kids on a sour sort of scale or something like that, let's just say, what's like a good base level for sour kind of thing? I'm trying to think what a good base level for sour is. Probably like orange. I'd probably have to say these are a solid 5. I don't know what 10 would be. Probably like Warheads Extreme or something like that. I gotta play on. So I've never had those, so I cannot speak on that. I've never had those kind of thing. But I would probably say that's like probably 10 out of 10 I gotta play on. So whereas these are probably right in the middle. They're not super sour. It's certainly not puckering sour, that is for sure. But overall, that's my review of Sour Patch Kids. I don't really think I have too much else to say about it. I gotta play on. So what is the rating I'm thinking for the original Sour Patch Kids candy, though? What is the rating I'm thinking for this candy right off the bat? Well, I would definitely have to say, for the packaging, which is pretty good. I'm going to put on my sunglasses. Oh my goodness, it's getting bright, you know what I'm saying? For the packaging, which is pretty good, I got a plan. So certainly no complaints for me about the packaging. I would definitely have to say, for the taste, for the experience kind of thing, for the sugar and everything like that kind of thing, overall, it's pretty good, I got a plan. So overall, Sour Patch Kids are pretty good. I really, really like them. It's definitely top 10 candy in my personal opinion. But it's hard to really give a definite rating to Sour Patch Kids because there's candy I like more, but Sour Patch Kids are one of those candies that it's just always there kind of thing. It's always there. It's available everywhere kind of thing. And I definitely will be awarding it points because it is literally Sour Patch Kids are available everywhere kind of thing. But the packaging is really, really nice. I really like the details all around here kind of thing. I like the details in the actual Sour Patch Kids logo itself. You know what I'm saying? And the packaging is definitely, in my personal opinion, slightly above average, if not, just maybe a little bit above average. I could play on stuff. And I definitely have to say the experience overall is pretty good. It's not super sweet or anything like that. And it definitely is something that is unique in of its own way. But I feel like really the reason I'm struggling to give it a rating is because I've been eating Sour Patch Kids for so long, it's really hard to give a definite opinion on them. I like them. I'd buy them again, obviously, kind of thing. That's a very important metric I like to use as well, is just would I buy them kind of thing. I'd 100% buy Sour Patch Kids again. I like them. They're Sour Patch Kids kind of thing. But it's hard to give a rating to because I've been eating them for so long. My opinion on them is just, I like them. It's not really any sort of major opinion of dislike or just right in the middle kind of thing. I like them. But if I had to give them a rating right off the bat kind of thing, I think, probably an 8 out of 10. It's really hard to give a rating to something I've been eating for literally like over 10 years. I gotta play on myself. It's really difficult. I definitely have to say probably just, maybe not an 8 out of 10. I'm kind of thinking. Maybe a 7.5 out of 10. They're really good. But here's my thing. I like the watermelon Sour Patch Kids more. So I think definitely a 7.5 out of 10 for the Sour Patch Kids, just the original ones, is definitely quite deserving. A 7.5 out of 10. And the experience is good. The candy themselves are good. They're available everywhere. They're not too expensive. The packaging is good kind of thing. But it's getting a 7.5 out of 10, honestly, because it's not as good as the watermelon Sour Patch Kids in my personal opinion. But that's just my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? I will have a review coming up of those in the future, you know what I'm saying? And as said, before I messed up, go check out, once again, my Sour Patch Kids energy drink review that I uploaded a little bit ago, you know what I'm saying? Go check that out and see if you like this energy drink as well, as much as you might like the candy you're gonna play on. So, but, that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't really think I have too much else to say about Sour Patch Kids. As said, it's pretty solid. It's a little bit hard to really give a review to because it's something that I've been eating for, well, so long, I gotta be honest, so it's just a little bit hard to give a review to. But I certainly do hope that you guys have enjoyed my review of Sour Patch Kids, the original flavor kind of thing. I certainly do hope you guys have enjoyed my review. And if you guys have enjoyed my review of the original Sour Patch Kids, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, my main channel, all in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, y'all. Until the next one, stay safe and peace and have a great one. And I feel like I'm missing talking about something. I feel like I'm forgetting to speak about something. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I gave it a rating. Talked about what the taste of them is like kind of thing. Talked about the interior packaging. Talked about what the mouthfeel was like kind of thing. Pretty good overall. Pretty good candy. 7.5 out of 10, as said. But I feel like I'm forgetting to talk about something. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think I forgot to talk about something. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, y'all. Until the next one, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?